Okay guys, so as many of you know, I've recently changed my spaces. I went from my parents' backyard over here to a little shop, and all my tools are adjusting to the new humidity, the new climate over here, and as a result some of the handles have shrunken and the heads have loosened on the handle. So I'll show you guys how to quickly solve this problem. It's not that difficult, especially if the hammer was well hung, is properly made. So this is a hammer I made with Alex Steel back in first week of August 2013 when I was down at Brian Brazil's. Rounding hammer, pretty standard, about 2.5 pounds. This technique will work with any hammer as long as it was properly made. So the first thing to do when you have a loose head is you want to drive the head further down onto the handle. You can either do this by hitting a hard object downwards with the hammer, or hitting the bottom of the handle and driving the steel head up, because the steel wants to remain in place, and since you're striking the handle, it's going to go down while the hammer head stays in its place. Okay guys, so once you've moved the head up, further up onto the handle, what you're going to want to do is drive this wooden wedge deeper down, and that'll expand the wood around the eye, cause it to be tighter. What you can do before this though is add oil, or you could do it afterwards, and that'll help also swell. I just don't have any oil. So what I'm going to use to help me hold the hammer in place is this vise. It's a German forged vise made before the Second World War, and it's a really nice vise, really heavy duty. So I've got it clamped down and also resting on the table. If you just have it clamped without it resting on the table, the head, once you're pounding the wedge, is going to come up while the handle stays in the same spot, and it's going to take away from what you were doing earlier with driving the head up or further down onto it. So I just have a little, this is a drift just for expanding holes in forged work. I haven't made a punch for this work. I'm just going to grab a smaller one here, and this is small enough to sit into the steel wedge, and once it's there I'm just going to pound down. There it is, pounded down a little farther. It's below the cheeks, and that's how really you want to hang any hammer, with the wedge below the cheeks. So there you can see it, it's not loose anymore, nice and tight, ready to get to work.